Good evening, everybody there out in the world of wonderful Facebook. We are Facebook Live here on the Uplift Performing Arts Facebook page. Yes, even my in-house audience gives us a rapturous round of applause. Oh yes, fantastic. Guys, it is great to be back. Tuesday was a fabulous show. I have a few little fun statistics for you. Let's see. So the first show we did with Mr. Scheiden Woods, it has been reached by over 3,000 people and viewed by 842, and then 1,292 saw us on Tuesday with a wonderful amount of 481 seeing us. Making a difference, peeps. Making a difference. Remember, during the show at any point, you can send us a comment. It'll come up on my screen. I'll be able to see it and give you a little lovely shout out. Whoop, whoop. During the show, as well as a couple of other fun things. Yeah, stay tuned for the whole entire show. It lasts roughly about half an hour or so. During the show, you'll see multiple different videos and things like that as well. It'll come onto your screen. And even later on, we have a sneaky peek. Yes, a sneaky peek of a video from Quarantine Live, which is going to be this Saturday on our Facebook Live channel as well, where you will get to see about 20 different videos of our students who were supposed to do tribute back in March, but the show got cancelled, so that didn't go ahead. So we sent out the challenge to all of the guys to get in touch with us, send us a video, make their own little home theatre kind of thing, and sing a song that we can put it up on Facebook during the show, and proceeds for that show will also go towards our designated charity of the week, which is the Northern Ireland's Children's Hospice, which I'm going to move on to very quickly now. There was an email sent out to us a couple of days ago where we were asked, you'll see it just pop up on my screen here as well, they were having an emergency appeal for funding, and we were supposed to do a show in April to help support them as well, but sadly that didn't happen. That's not going to happen either because of the coronavirus. And talking about corona, I was sitting watching Disney Plus with my kids today, and I never realized that that's where Rapunzel came from, so I'm blaming Rapunzel for the coronavirus. I can't believe she came from Corona. That's unbelievable. And I don't know about you guys, but it pops up everywhere now. Everywhere. I just hear the word Corona every time. All the time. So anyway, this charity, get in touch with them. And here's a quick video of showing you why they're such a worthwhile charity.
Firmly believe in hospice that each day is about living, it's not about dying, and even if those days are numbered, and even if we know that the process of death and dying has begun, we still look for the opportunities to live life to the full.
They are so understanding and they work with you, and they will do anything to help you and to nurse your child the way you nurse your child.
Our purpose is to support the whole family, not just the sick child, and to support the whole of the child, not just the bit of the child that's sick or unwell or needs particular care and attention.
The hospice was the first time I ever got to hold my brother, and the first smile that I ever saw from my brother, so it was definitely a special place for me.
We use the term a lot, home away from home, and that's what we're trying to do, that if the family are within our hospice facility for end-of-life care, that's as close to what they would want it to be within their own home. If they're here for short breaks, for respite care, that care is as close to the way the parents want to care for their child at home. But we can add more to that by the range of experiences we have here, by the activities we can facilitate here.
As soon as George walked through the doors, she was happy straight away. She walked over to people, she started talking to them, and we knew she was relaxed when she looked at us and more or less says, "You can go now."
If the hospice care is provided in the child's own home, then it's within the home environment, doing things the way the family normally would do, but that being provided by our trained and competent staff.
We have nothing but positive thoughts from the hospice, you know.
To build up our confidence through...
Yeah, they've trained us up slowly and we've done it at our pace, so we can learn, you know, hands-on.
They do everything that I would do for my children, and they give the best nursing care. And it's not just all doom and gloom. There's an awful lot of happiness.
It's about making memories, making the experience count for that time, but also count for memories for the family in the long term. It's very much about quality of life. It's about giving meaning to life.
So there you go, folks. What an incredible charity to get behind, especially at these difficult times. So if you are in a financial situation where you are able to give and you're generous enough to do so, please just this wee QR code down here in the bottom. You can scan it, or what I'll also do is I will post up into our comments a little URL that you can put or click on as well, which should be going up any second now. And what you call it as well. So click on that, make a wee donation. You can make whatever, however, how big, small, whatever you want to give to him. It'll be class. A couple of quick shout outs. We have Taylor Clements, who's just commented and says a big hello Taylor. We also have Karen all the way from Germany, who's watching us tonight. Karen, thanks very much for clicking the link and following us and watching us. It's amazing. We have the wonderful Karen Logue, who's watching us all the way from Danville, Kentucky. Ooh, did anybody just say international show? I think they did. So there you go, folks. We have a couple of people watching, which is fab. And click on those little love hearts. Please do. Share this. Let's get it around tons of people. And let's try and raise some money for a wonderful charity. We also have started a raising awareness scheme. So the idea is we want students to take pictures with their teddies. We want them to post them to our Facebook page with a hashtag NI Children's Hospice Candid Live, which is a bit long, but sure, there you go. So next we are going to come to the whole reason of why you are watching tonight. It's not because of me, it's because I have two absolute superstars on the air with me tonight. You may have seen a little clip. Oh, look, the love hearts are going nuts now. They're all like, Spider Debbie, Spider Debbie. I might have showed you this on Tuesday. I'm going to show you it again, and this is their little show reel of just a snippet of how awesome these guys truly are. Take it away.
I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day, and I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe.
Okay, honestly, these guys are just sick. That was awesome. That was sheer awesome. All right, guys, let's put our hands together for Spider and Abby. Yes, there they are. They're on the screen all the way from LA. Oh, yes. Guys, welcome to Candid Live. It's good to have you on the show.
Well, thanks for having us. It's so good to see your face. There's no more adorable face that I just want to squeeze right now.
I totally paid him to say that.
Man right there.
Thanks, man. Thanks, dude. Oh, man, unbelievable. So, yeah, welcome to the show, guys. It is incredible to have you. What time is it over in LA for all of our listeners?
It's just after like 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Okay, so it's coming up. Great time. Because yeah, kids are like, because you guys have a child now, which is incredible. And you know what it's like now. Mornings are very, very different than what they used to be. So that's incredible. Give a wee shout out to Stella, who is the most beautiful little girl. And guys, honestly, unbelievable. Like if she had an Instagram page, it would go nuts. Like, honestly, go nuts on Instagram. Not just because you guys have really good Instagram followers and stuff like that too. She should have her standalone page and then just, she'd go nuts. It'd be really cool. My mother has, hello, mother. Yeah, just Story of Stella. Here, copyright that. Thanks very much. My mother has just contacted the comments, and she's just said, "Hi, Spider and Abby," in that lovely mother voice. So she says hi. You mums are so supportive, and my mum's just very supportive too. She's absolutely class. So, guys, you've been busy. You've been busy, and I kind of recently have been following. Well, I follow you guys all the time. I might as well just be your like Irish stalker. But I saw recently you guys have been doing a thing on Saturdays where you've been throwing out free classes to people and things like that, just to in amongst the chaos that is our life. And it's not just in Northern Ireland, it's all over the world. It's impacting everybody. But one thing you guys do so well, and you have done it ever since I've known you, is you've always just wanted to give back to people in a positive way. And that's been really, really encouraging to see over the last couple of weeks and stuff. So what was the idea behind kind of just getting this like different series of different things up and running up on social media and stuff?
Well, I mean, I kind of like, once we got the word that everything was going to be starting to get shut down, and a lot of companies, you know, like the NBA was saying, hey, we're stopping everything. Coachella, we're stopping everything. And around, the governor was just giving his orders of like, hey, we're really going to take this thing seriously. At the beginning stage, we already had a lot of like work plan and travel plans. That's kind of what our livelihood is traveling, connecting with individuals, and teaching dance in and so now that opportunity, that now I'm looking back at it, what a gift that in itself was, I was like, okay, well, how can we still provide that service to people? Because dance itself is such a great way to literally bring joy from the inside out.
Yeah.
When you're moving to music, there's nothing better. Yep. I don't know if you singing along.
Also, it's a cool time where we really, technology is really truly bringing us together.
Right.
So it's been coming from someone who wasn't, I didn't love technology or social media prior to this.
Yeah.
But it's been such a great opportunity to really connect with people from all over the world every single week.
Absolutely, 100%.
Love it, and we'll continue to do it as long as this thing goes.
Yeah, because like whenever we got the word. Yeah, because whenever we got the word that you guys were doing that, we started like sharing it and getting up on the page and be like, guys, you should follow these guys, make a donation as well if you can. Like, honestly, just get behind the arts, because I think for a lot of people in our industry, it is going to be really tough over the next couple of months, and trying to figure out how we all kind of come together to like achieve what we need to achieve for each other, but also for the arts itself. Like, we've both been in the Young Americans. We're seeing how they're kind of coming around different things with their groups and trying to inspire people during this time, and the whole we will be back, which is totally true. All of the arts will be back. But I've also been really encouraged just by seeing how it's really pushed people to be even more creative in the arts and really try to push them in a new, different way. we've moved to Zoom classes as well for some of our students, and it's just great to be able to even see them and keep that rapport going, as well as passing on vital skills and stuff. So it's been really, really cool, and I just applaud you guys for that, because honestly, what you're doing is incredible. There's nothing you guys can't do that isn't incredible, and that we already know is amazing. So that's awesome. Guys, just give us a very slight bit of. Well, thanks very much. People will just keep me laughing. They'll be just going, Ryan, it's because you love the sound of your own voice. And do you know what? I don't mind it. And if you're watching on Saturday for the quarantine live, I kind of went a wee bit OTT. I had like the full green screen effect and the different microphones. I even wore a suit. Oh, it's hilarious. Honestly, everybody who's going to watch it's just going to be like, that is so Ryan Moffett. But hey, that's life. If you don't live it to the full, why even be there? So, Spider, give us a wee brief background of your history. Where are you from? What did you do when you were younger before you kind of got more into the arts and things like that?
So, originally I'm from Seattle, Washington, which is pretty green. They call it the Emerald City because it's so filled with green trees, the pine trees. Tons of rain there, really great weather, so the sky's always clear. It's a really beautiful city, really cool artistic city. And now, obviously, with the tech companies that are exploding, it's known for a lot of the tech companies have moved in and are pretty much just building that city to what it is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up there. I was kind of a really rambunctious kid. I would say I gave all my teachers a lot of headaches because I could never keep still. Come to find out, the reason why is because I can't keep still. So dance was the perfect medium or the perfect source to focus that energy. I really, growing up, I was always just doing, staying active. And it wasn't until I didn't dance until I was about 7 years old. So I was about a junior in school. And that's when I began to take it seriously. I was watching a lot of, music videos, people like Michael Jackson, Justin Timberlake, Usher, those guys, and they really inspired me to want to move that way. So I find it fitting now that we're all confined into our homes, and that's, for me, where I learned to dance in the first place. I didn't have a lot of money at the time to go and take classes at a dance studio. But I did learn in my living room, in the carpet, and just mimicking what I saw on television. So, yeah.
Man, that's awesome. That's an inspirational story within itself, folks. So if you're out there and you're like 16 and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know if I want to dance. I'm 16. I'm surely I should have done ballet since I was 4. No, just no. Spider has just told you that even at that, you can still be an awesome dancer, because honestly, hands down, one of the best choreographers that I know, and I can say that with my hand on my heart, folks. Honestly, unbelievable inspiration right there. So that's mega. That's awesome. You come from brothers and sisters?
I do. I have 2 brothers and a sister, my younger sister. Her name's Angela. She also kind of fell into the performing arts way as well. And I turned her to the dark side. She became a young American after I did and got to tour and travel and see. So that was a really beautiful thing. My brother, he is more of a homebody, but he's an awesome guy, super loyal. My oldest brother, and then Michael. So I've got Nick is the oldest brother. Mm-hmm. I've got Michael, who's 2 years younger than myself. He is awesome and is very funny guy. And then my youngest sister is Angela.
Man, I didn't know that about your sister. I didn't know she was in the group. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Mega. So
she joined in 2010.
Okay.
I actually was her new.
Well, that would make sense because I left in 2009 after Boyne, the year we were up together in northern Michigan in the summer. That was literally my last thing. So she must have just come in. Did she come in September 2009?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. That's probably why. Because at that point I was like all over the place trying to figure out what was next. But that's fun. So we talked briefly about the Young Americans. How did you even, for those who are watching, that's our background, is that we both went and studied in Corona. See, there it is again, Corona, California, and it's everywhere, honestly. We studied in Corona, California, at the California Pacific College of Performing Arts, which is now called the Young American College of Performing Arts, and that's where Abby and Spider and I all kind of studied, and then went out on tours and stuff. So my question to you is, how did you find out about the Young Americans? Because they came to my school and did a workshop here in Northern Ireland, but how did you find out about them in Seattle?
So this is a kind of a really weird full circle kind of situation. I didn't care anything about the performing arts at that time. I was just a guy I went to drama class because it was easy A to get. My school at the time hired a new drama teacher. She at that time she went by the name of Carrie Collins, and she was a Young American alumni who became a teacher. And I always tell her now, I was like, I'm so sorry I treated you so poorly, but she actually opened my eyes and the Young Americans to the school workshop, and brain went, what is this? Like, there's a world that I'd never heard of a musical before. All I knew was music videos and, dancing like that. And so when I met all of these crazy, energetic people who were like me, I was like, oh, my people.
Right.
And, and after the show, we had a workshop, and I auditioned, and I joined in the following year.
Man, that's
2005.
awesome. That
And,
is class. That is
but the crazy thing is I had a lot of friends who I would dance. I would go to nightclubs, underage nightclubs in Seattle, and I would go and dance battle with a lot of these people that I would meet at the club. And one guy, I come find out years later, he was a dancer, and he had, some training, and his name is Nate Mitchell, and he told me about the Young Americans, but I had no idea what he was
talking about at that point.
He was like, I go to this dance convention every year. It's excellent. It's amazing. I have a bunch of friends in California called the Young Americans. You would love it. And then come to find out, after I joined the group, I didn't put two and two together until I saw him again the next year. And I was like, hey, I'm a Young American. And he was like, what?
It's like, how did that even happen? Man, that's class. That is class.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
So, see,
I got a little person
like
here.
That.
You want to say hi really quick?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Stella. It's nap time, so we're pacing back and forth, but we're still very much involved.
What do you see? The love hearts on this channel going crazy right now. They're just like, boom, 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 boom. Let me more baby. Oh man, we should get her and Isaac together.
She's a dancer too. She's been dancing all 5 months.
All 5 months. I love that. Hold on. So
she's got the moves.
When was Stella born?
Wait, what?
When was Stella born?
November 17th. I think
so
just after your son was. When was his birthday?
He was October 19th.
Okay.
So there's only a month of a difference, mate.
Oh yeah, so like pretty much a month.
Guys, there'll be new kids together.
New
kids.
That's wild.
Can you imagine that?
That's wild.
I'm just gonna say it now, right? If that happens and we're both at the New Kids show together, I'm gonna cry. That's gonna happen. That is gonna happen.
Oh,
I'm calling it now. Prediction there. So Abby, we were talking to Spider there a little bit about his background and stuff like that. How did you get into dance, or was it something you did from a young age, or what was the crack there?
Yeah, I'm watching my mom. So she was a dancer growing up, and she did, by the time I was born, she was doing a lot of community theater shows, and so I went in rehearsals, but I never thought to myself, ooh, this is what I wanted to do. However, I enjoyed being at the rehearsals.
Right.
And so, I guess it was kind of like in my blood from a really young age. But I would go, I mean, I did start going to dance class young, and I went to studio, so kind of opposite of what Erick was doing. I grew up learning all different styles of dance, and kind of my favorite thing was I would get in touch with all my neighborhood friends, and I would bring them over to my house, and I'd be like, okay, let's make up dances together. And they'd be like, okay. And I'd choreograph it and stage it, and then we'd perform it for like the neighborhood, and I loved it. But now I look back, I'm not so sure that everyone else did, but
hey,
you know, they went along, I guess.
Everybody
so yeah, it's
everybody
been kind
who's
of
creative,
in my blood.
Everybody who's creative at some point did that. Like, come on, people are watching this show, and you know, fine Riley, when you're watching this show, you, when you were younger, used to do that thing where on a Sunday there was nothing else to do. So what you would do is you go upstairs, you would try and figure out a little show with your cousins or your brothers or whoever was over, and you'd come down and you put on a little show for your granny and granda or whoever was there. Everybody did it. Everybody did it.
Yep. Like you'd grab a on each end, and then that would be the curtain. You drop it, right? That's at least what I would do.
Absolutely, yeah, that's brilliant. So, you obviously got into the Young Americans too. What year did you start?
2005.
2005.
Same as Spider.
And now, is that the same? That's the same year as Amy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
There you go. So it was only a year or so before me. That's cool. And since then, you guys have, well, you both left the group around the same time, right? You were in the group for what, like, how long?
I toured till 2010, and then I think he toured the next year as well. But then we started together.
Yeah.
2015. So he had directed some years, and then we started as a duo 2015.
Which was wild because we were planning our wedding while we were directing, and got married and went right back on the road directing.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's such a cool feeling to like do that as a circle as well, and know that you were in the group, and then Bill and Robin also have the like they value you enough to know that they can trust you to go out on tour. Because Spider and Abby do that, so do I, and it's so much fun to be able to go back and give back to the students who are currently in the group what you got out of the group. And like I've used people like LB and Gary Delk, who are like older people in the group who maybe don't tour as much now, are still having their theories and theologies thrown out to the cast because there's people like us who are going out and sharing the wisdom that they give us. And it's so cool to be able to see all that, you know, and kind of be able to do that. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's really, really fun. So then
it really, I find it's like imperative that once you reach, you know, you're a student and you're learning and you get to a point where you're like, okay, I can kind of spread my, you know, fly on my own now.
Yeah.
To give back and to honor those that were your team. Oh, it's bedtime.
It's all good.
Yes, those that inspired you and, you know, planted the seed of whatever that is in your heart. Please, like, remember those people. Turn back and say, hey, thank you. This is what you did for me. Or, hey, or pay it forward and continue to give to people who are now looking up to you. Some of you guys may not ever feel like, oh, I'm not at that level yet, but it's never too early to start giving back.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, definitely, because all those guys who are watching, you know, take everything you get from a director, take everything you get from a teacher, store it in, because there's going to come times when you're going to work with a student or you're going to work with somebody else and they're going to need the same advice. And it's just having that little pocket that you can just kind of pull those little magical treats out of and pass them on. It's so cool. We talked briefly a little bit about Dance Excellence. We were there last year together, and obviously sadly this year had to be cancelled as well, which is totally the right call from Annie, but I know a lot of people around the world will be devastated by that as well, because it is such an impactful week that happens once a year, every year in LA. For people who don't know about Dance Excellence, Annie McQuitty is the founder, and she started it a number of years ago. The Young Americans come in and help facilitate that, as well as some of the world's best choreographers and directors from all over the world. Even Disney come along and give audition classes for stuff that they're doing just down the road in the park. But obviously the people we're speaking to are masterclass teachers at Dance Excellence. That's how good these guys are. How did you get involved in Dance Excellence, and where did that all kind of come from?
As a member of the Young Americans, each year the dance convention, Dance Excellence, happens, and Young Americans act as kind of more of like the hosts, or like people who are there, like bringing the environment, keeping the environment. They're engaging with the dancers that come and fly in from all over the world, and connecting with these dancers and motivating them to stay in. If you're not a ballet dancer, try this ballet class. Come take this class with me. If you're not a hip hop dancer, come take this class with me. Just stay open. And that's kind of like what's magical about Dance Excellence to begin with, is you meet people from all over the world, and you make these connections that any other time in the world you might not get that chance to.
Yeah.
But for me, my story is I was a Young American, and I participated as a Young American. And then over time, I just got older, and I got wiser, and I just kept training and training and training. And one year, I think I was assisting the hip hop teacher before me. Shout out to Jeremy Knutson. If it weren't for, I probably wouldn't be able to teach hip hop as I do right now, and travel. And I used to assist him for a very long time, and then finally he was ready to move on in place, and Andy McQuitty called me, and I think maybe it was just right place, right time. I have no idea, to be honest, but I'm so thankful for it, and it's definitely my favorite time of the year, is where I get to connect and dance in a giant ballroom full of other people that love and have the same passion for dance as I do.
Well, the way I look at it,
really
the way I look at it is, you kind of touched on it. You were in the right place at the right time, but I kind of think that God always kind of had you penciled in for that, because like you said it so earlier when you got together with the Young Americans, you were like, "Hey, my people,"
Absolutely.
And then you go to Dance Excellence, and it's even more so. Oh my word! It's not just this small group in LA. It is something that is global. It is people out there who are all over, who are just like us, and love dance, and it's not even just for the sheer competition of dance. It's because there's nothing competition based whenever you're in Dance Excellence. It's about the joy, it's about the love, it's about the passion. And when you start to bring that together as a collective, like, it just soars, like it just stratospheric, it's unbelievable to see all that come together. And I know that I'm a Christian, you're a Christian, and like some of the other stuff you do is kind of Christian based, and like putting God first and stuff. So like there was one of the groups I remember reading up about that you were doing that it has more of a Christian kind of theme about it and stuff. Like, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yes, so Candid's Arts. So after my time with Young Americans kind of was, after I left the group as a participant, as a member, and I was kind of transitioning into becoming a director, there was still that time in between where I moved to California, and I was pursuing dance professionally, where I got signed. Alex Little, who's a choreographer and a very, very like a mentor, big sister to me. She's also from Seattle. She teaches at Dance Excellence. She was able to kind of take me by the hand and help me get an agent, and then from training, taking classes at Millennium, Movement Lifestyle. These are all dance studios in North Hollywood, and then auditioning for artists and music videos and things like that. And one of the auditions that I went to, a company called Candid's Arts, which is some kind of Young Americans, but also very different, because they nonprofit organization, but they have different sectors. So they have musicians, they have spoken word artists, they have visual artists, dancers. The dance, that's what I was a part of. The Candid's project at the time is what it was called.
Yeah.
And basically it was a group of fellow believers that also were professional dancers, and we were kind of like a team, a crew, and we would go around and do, which was beautiful for me, was we were doing outreach at the same time while we were performing professionally.
I love
so
that.
you could see us in a music video,
Yeah.
you can see us at live event award shows, but also at the same time we would go out and do outreach and workshops with kids and youth and things like that too, which, for me, I was like, this is heaven. So
Man,
shout
that
out
is
to
awesome.
and
That's really
Rapier,
encouraging to
Emily,
hear. It's
Bradley,
really,
Rapier.
really encouraging to hear that kind of stuff is happening out there. I love that as well. And it goes to show that like the arts isn't just a specific sector. It can be so broad and outreach to so many people, like you said, because I never really consider myself to be a dancer, but when you go to things like Dance Excellence or you're surrounded by people like the Young Americans or Cantina, like the sheer joy of being able to move and just give a little bit, it's absolutely incredible. It's amazing. So I don't want to keep you too much longer because I know you guys have got stuff to do, but also like tell us a little bit about like some of the stuff that you've done in the past. So for example, like I know you've worked for Nike, which you call Nike, but like some of the things like that. Tell us about some of the big projects you've done. We saw in your video reel that I showed here as well that you and Abby did a music video together, but also you've done a couple of big concerts and things. You performed live, you did Tarbell, things like that, but also that last one, the one like that is so good. I do a bit of video editing now and again, but like that one that was done for, is it Qantas, the airline company? Is that it? Or Qatar? Qatar, yeah. The video editing alone, not just the fact that they had you as a dancer in it, but the video editing and you together, oh my goodness. Like what an absolute what was that like?
So that specific job was really incredible. It's kind of like a rare thing for a dancer to be able to have an opportunity like that. I auditioned, one of my very first auditions when I moved out to LA, or to North Hollywood in 2012, was for a company called E+. And they're a huge entertainment company, put on live events in Vegas. They do a lot of New Year's Eve big staged performances. These costumes are incredible. It's like, arena show. It's amazing what they're all over the place, and they get booked on events. So for this one specifically, the guy who runs it, his name is Doug Johnson, and he is such a wonderful, beautiful human being. For him, for a few times, and I've met a lot of my close dancers through this company as well. But that one specifically, he and two of his choreographers, the Wilson brothers, shout out to the Wilson brothers. So I love them so much. For them a couple times as well. They called me, and I didn't really have to audition for this specific job. There was Qatar Airlines wanted to put on a big event at the Dolby Theater, which is where the Oscars are held, and they hired in like Mariah Carey. I saw Paula Abdul was there. All these celebrities for this event, and they were getting ready to put a branch of their airlines in LAX, and so to celebrate that, and so I got hired to do this entrance opening ceremony performance where it was me and then a bunch of me's behind myself on the big screen, and then dancers would come in and perform around that as well. But it was really amazing how they shot that. They did a little bit of video projection mapping, where if you don't know what that is they project onto the stage, and you had these big giant white props that they would project these images onto the props, and then it would kind of shoot a 3D kind of effect to the audience. So it was a once in a lifetime opportunity that I was fortunate enough to have, and we shot that a couple days before on a big green screen, and I came in, I'd never done anything like that before, but I mean, when I heard the music, I just moved, and the choreographers helped me out. Yeah. And we got to the show, and all of these amazing people were in the audience, and I had to say a little quick prayer because in times like that, you can get nervous still as a performer.
Oh,
so
100%.
Like, God, please use me.
That's the thing. You just don't know exactly who's out there really sitting watching you, and then that could be the next big break, or things like that. You just don't know what way God's gonna take your life and kind of spin it that way. But I remember watching that and going, "Whoa!" Like there's not a lot of things in life that make me just go, "Whoa," but that was one of them. That was one of the things. I remember watching it and going, whoa. So that was pretty awesome. That was pretty cool. I love that. Spider, Abby, just before you guys head on, just one thing to, obviously there's going to be a lot of people who are at home right now, sitting in their houses, maybe not knowing what to do, just sitting Netflixing everything in life. What would you say to kind of encourage them to like be more active, look at the arts, be creative, use this time to put your initiative together to try and be innovative with something or something along those lines? Like, what is it that fuels you on like a regular day, makes you wake up in the morning and think, right, today I have to be at home, I have to look after my family, but I'm going to do this, I'm going to make this little spark? What kind of things would you do, or could you encourage them to do?
Obviously, I think kind of finding out this is like, I think it's like week 3 or 4 of quarantine, but we're building in a routine. It's like, okay, we've had that time, we can sleep in till whenever the baby wakes us up, 4 in the morning, and then we just kind of take it by there. But I think Abby and I are going to continue a routine for us just to kind of keep that going.
Yeah.
Get that time to exercise in, get that body moving, get the sweat on, let that blood circulate, stay healthy. Looking at the types of foods that we're eating, that's kind of a big one for Abby. She's kind of training me in that, because you can win. I think it's sparking the creativity. I always go back to 5-year-old Erick. What was 5-year-old Erick doing at the time in his living room? Because Mom was working, Dad was doing his thing, my brothers and sisters, they were, doing their own thing. So I think 5-year-old Erick was playing with action figures. All right, what in the brain of a 5-year-old Erick was doing with these action figures? What I realized as an adult is I was creating films in my mind. I was using these people that I've casted in my story to create this little world. And so I'm taking that and applying that today, and I'm utilizing the tools that I have around me, which is a cell phone, and I'm going to create videos. So, and maybe they'll be awesome, maybe they won't be anything, but I'm going to stay creative and give it a try, because I might be creating the next little gem,
right?
The most amazing thing in your life, or it might be something that's just for fun for me.
Dude,
that's kind of what
that is
doing today.
Awesome advice. Awesome advice. So just before we head on, you guys have your own kind of branding and stuff now for Abby and Erick. You can see it. He's got his hat on, and Abby had her hat on as well. They have T-shirts, all that kind of fun stuff. We will get a link put into this description as well. If anybody wants any of that awesome merchandise, you can just comment there. How can we follow you on social media if anybody's watching and thinks, this guy is so cool, he's so inspirational, which he is. You should all follow him on Insta and everything else. Give us a little blip of some of the things we could. So, like, for example, your Insta hashtag or something like that. I don't know. Is that called a hashtag? What would be your Instagram page?
Yeah, so if you can find my at Erick Spider Paul, all one word, ErickSpiderPaul. That's mine. And you can find Abby at Abby L Paul, ABBYLPAUL. And that's our Instagram page there. And then if you're looking for us on Facebook, you can find me. It's at official Erick Spider Paul. Word official, same as Instagram, Erick Spider Paul.
Love that.
Yeah. And I'll drop the link for the AE store. We partnered with FJ Co. Really cool company.
Yeah.
They do really high quality products. And so I'll drop the link to the AE store if you guys feel like supporting us. We've got tons of cool hats, caps as well, different colors, long sleeve tees, crew neck sweatshirts, sweatpants that are super, super comfortable. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm in my comfy sweatpants.
You just flashed my butt at you guys.
But yeah, you can check out the store. I'll drop the link in the comments.
I love it.
Yeah, and then every Saturday around this time, it would be 7 p.m. for you guys.
Yeah.
We host an free online dance class. And we're getting closer to Easter Sunday this weekend, so we're going to do a little bit of a fun gospel number.
I love that. Dude, that is awesome. I cannot thank you both enough. All three of you, including Stella, for coming on the show tonight and today for you guys and for anybody else. Even Michael Newmeyer just commented on the page as well. He's been watching. We have lots of different people from all over the world, lots of friends too. And guys, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up one more time for Abby and Eric. It's about a poll. Thank you guys. We'll see you soon, okay?
Thanks, guys.
All right, bye. All right, guys, so there you go. There is my special guests for tonight, Spider and Eric. Inspirational people, unbelievable. And how amazing is it that we're able to bring you those kind of people here to this show this evening. Just a couple of things before you go. Obviously, the show is getting on to 45 minutes now, which is mega. We still have people watching. We have 67 hearts, people. Boom. I love that. Mr. Newmeyer, thank you very much. He says, doing great, guys. Doing great. He's all the way in California as well, watching, hopefully with Dallas, which is his child. He was in the Young Americans with us as well. We Skyped the other day and have the most amazing picture on my phone of his kid and my kid together. It's awesome. Right, so before you go, just a couple of quick things to speak to you about. This Saturday, we have Quarantine Live, which you'll see up on the screen. It's Quarantine Live from a distance. It's going to be here on this Facebook page. Just the same kind of thing as what I'm doing now. I won't be in my studio. I'll be in a lovely gala ball place or stage. I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet. But basically, we'll be putting that show together. We have over 20 videos from students at Uplift who have all put together songs, and they have dressed up and they have made their own little theaters. Oh, it's amazing. So do come along and support that. That show is going to roll over into what we're doing right now with regards to our funding. So today, you may have known, down here there's a wee QR code for the Northern Ireland Children's Hospice. Donate for this charity of the week. The charity of the week is the Northern Ireland Children's Hospice. Please do donate. You will see a link in our comments for the URL to PayPal that bad boy. So before we go, we did talk about Quarantine Live, and now I have a little snippet. Yes, I have a little snippet of one of our students. It is the wonderful Stephanie Lindsay, yes, who made her own little theatre as well, with our little fairy lights and stuff. And I'm now going to show you a snippet of what you could see this Saturday at 6.
You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep. 'Cause they'd fill the open air and leave teardrops everywhere. You'd think me rude, but I would just stand and stare. I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, 'cause everything is never as it seems. 'Cause I'd get 1,000 hugs from 10,000 lightning bugs as they tried to teach me how to dance. Foxtrot above my head, a sock hop beneath my bed, a disco ball is just hanging by a thread. I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, 'cause everything is never as it seems. Leave my door open just a crack, 'cause I feel like such an insomniac. Why do I tire of counting sheep when I'm far too tired to fall asleep? To 10 million fireflies, I'm weird 'cause I hate goodbyes, and I got misty eyes as they said farewell. But I'll know where several are if my dreams get real bizarre, 'cause I saved a few and I keep them in a jar. make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, 'cause everything is never as it seems. I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, 'cause everything is never as it seems when I fall asleep.
Guys, give it up for Stephanie Lindsay. And like I said, that's just a snippet of what's coming on Saturday night here at 6 o'clock UK time on the Candid live show. So we're so excited. Like we said, folks, we're raising money for the Northern Ireland Children's Hospice. The link, QR code's down there. If you go through our comments below, you'll also see our URL to the PayPal in which you can make that donation. It doesn't have to be big, just whatever is all going to go towards them over the last 2 nights and on Saturday as well. Next week, Tuesday, we are back with Candid Live on our studio sessions, and we're going to have the wonderful Courtney McCord, goes by the name of Courtney Louise, on stage. She's going to come and be with us live for an interview and also to sing us a song. So guys, apart from that, we wish you all God's blessings for next couple of days ahead. Stay safe, be at home, make sure you wash those hands, follow government regulations, and we hope you all were encouraged by this show tonight. And stay safe, take care. I've been Ryan Moffett, and I'll be excited to see you in a couple of nights' time. Bye.